All right, back to our scheduled program, and I know that I'm going to be calling the name again, so I'm not going to do that, as she's going to get the hint. And we still have, it's interesting. I think I heard someone say already yesterday that now they're making a lot of non-custodial moms, and we see all too often kids being removed from parents, and it's got to stop. This isn't about mom, it's not about dad. It's not about men, it's not about women, it's not about grandparents and aunts and uncles. This is about children. It's about families. One fit non-custodial mom is unacceptable in this country. One fit non-custodial dad is unacceptable in this country. And that's why we're here, for family preservation. And now I'm going to bring up the next step in our scheduled program, and Cheryl is going to talk to us about Court Watch. So a round of applause, please.
Oh, thanks everybody. It's getting hotter, but we've got a few clouds, and I think that's great. That's going to make I want to talk to you about Court Watch because it's a resource that we can all use in our states and at the federal level to, first of all, be aware of what's happening in our courts as far as abusive discretion, and that's the judge, the attorneys, the social workers, the child family investigators, whoever it is. And so I'm going to talk a little bit about that today. Once again, I want to thank our organizers for the DC rally, Larry Torm, Teresa, Tanya, Chrissy, and the F4J team, and to thank all of you for joining us this weekend. It's really important that each of us go back and spread the word for the need for reform of our judicial system, reform of VAWA, and to restore and preserve families in America. Our family has experienced, as I said earlier, irreparable damage due to the effect of the false allegations of domestic violence, erroneous restraining orders, false allegations of restraining order violation, erroneously determined child support obligation, and mostly parental family alienation. And as I said earlier, it took us 4 years and thousands of dollars, but we were able to get beyond the charges. But what it's done to us is not good. We still have the challenge of parenting time and sealing of records, which we will approach when the judge is gone. And we intend to work very hard at getting that judge off the bench as soon as she comes up for re-election. I would urge all of you to do the same. If you've got bad judges in your counties or your districts, start campaigning against them. Make the public aware of the horrible things that they're doing. As in our case, DV and the impact of false allegations on persons and families involved in today's DV and divorce court industry has led to the destruction of the American family, and we all need to pursue every effort to correct this destruction. Legislation and modification and writing of new laws are certainly a must to family preservation and judicial reform. However, it takes a long time for us to affect changes in legislation and creation or modification of bills and laws. And so, one of the things we've found that works is Court Watch. And it has been very effective for us in Colorado, and I would urge all of you to consider it if it's not happening in your states. We have brought to the attention of judges, attorneys, district attorneys, social workers, and guardian ad litems that were present in the courtroom and that we are observing what's happening. I would give guidance to all of you as far as the experience that we've had and say that the first thing we have to do is be professional as we court watch. Go in with an attitude that says, I'm just here to observe. I want to know what's happening in the court system, and I want to make sure that it's really aligned with our constitutional and civil rights. And so Right. You're welcome. It's really important to document all identifying information and to record statements so that we can then go back to different organizations that can make a difference. And so that's really important too. Unless a hearing is sealed, they cannot keep you from the courtroom. And it is a public place and you should be able to go in. Most family courts are going to allow you to be there as long as you're appropriate and you're peaceful. And so I would always remind you of that. And I would share with you a slogan that we have with Colorado Cross Disability Coalition, and it's never go alone. And I would urge all of you to remember that. If you're going into a hearing, make sure you have people there. It's really, really important. And so with that, I don't have a lot of other information, but I can tell you that if you are interested in pursuing a court watch program in your area, it won't be long and we will have a good court watch form on the United Civil Rights website under the U.S. government focus area and some guidance. And so I would urge you all to think about a court watch program in your state, and I know many don't have it, and because I've heard from people saying, oh, well, how do you do that? One of the other things I would suggest is that you entertain the time and effort from grandparents, seniors, because many of them are retired and they have a little more time like I do. I got involved with our legislature this spring. I've started court watching and we now have an active program that's running. We're visiting judges probably 2 to 3 times a month, and I would like to at least triple that. And so I would urge all of you to start doing this. I know it's a small piece, and what we're talking about gets discouraging. We know what these courts are doing to us and our families, and it's really important that we continue to fight back. And I think every one of you are here for that reason today. And so I urge you to continue the fight and consider forming a court watch group in your state. And let's see if we can't make these judges and this system realize that we are paying attention to what they're doing. And we don't like it, and we want it changed.